How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and finally here I am. I'm going to talk about the Fairchild Channel F and Jerry Lawson, Jerry Lawson, who headed up the team that created this system. So let's take a look now. I have one here that's been in my collection, I want to say, for about 4 years, and I have the Model 1, the original, with the built-in controllers, as you can see. Wood grain, it's beautiful. You put your cartridges right in here, and this is your eject button, and here are your cartridges. These big giant bad boys that, yeah, everybody compares them to 8-track tapes. Open them up, there's the people. You just shove that right in there. This one has the label peeling on it. And then you fire up your game, and then if you want to take it out, which you will, you hit the eject button. Now the Fairchild Channel F2 had the eject button up here. It was pretty much the same system. So the first one had it right here. I don't know. Maybe they had problems. Why they changed that, I'm not sure. Pull your game out. Put your next game in. Now there are 2 built-in games, hockey and tennis, for this. And then the controllers that are built in, which are great and innovative controllers. I love these things. I think they're great. And there's an arrow on the front that'll show you which way is the front. But this is it. It's a digital controller. And you know, you push forward, you push sideways, backwards. But your fire button, usually, you're pushing down. But you can also, see, it swivels. Like in the baseball game, you can throw a curveball. So whenever you push it to pitch, you can swing it this way. They're a lot of fun, really great controller, but it also pulls up for other functions like selecting which game you want and stuff like that. Like I said, you have hockey and tennis built in. But this is the very first system that has a microprocessor in the system. So that means what? The first time you could play against AI, right? One player versus the computer instead of having to have 2 people right there. But it's also the very first system that has interchangeable, programmable game cartridges. They beat the Atari VCS by 1 year. 1976 this came out, and that's thanks to Jerry Lawson. He headed up the team that designed this. He did a lot of the work, most of the work, almost all of the work. There was something about a licensing with a company that came up with the idea of interchangeable cartridges, and they took it a step further and actually made it happen. So last Thursday, December 1st, would have been his 82nd birthday. And it's the whole reason I'm doing this video. Unfortunately, we lost him 11, almost 12 years ago. So, but it would have been his 82nd birthday. And he is the father of interchangeable cartridges and the microprocessor in the video game system. And the Fairchild came out. The on-off switch on this original model was in the back. It's a little bit of a pain, but there it is. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't remember. No, this was a great thing at the time. Before that, you had Pong and stuff, and then you had the original Odyssey. But those weren't really interchangeable cartridges. They were just something that completed the circuit and made the lights, the beep bops, the picture on there change differently. It rewired the system was pretty much. So these were actually programmable cartridges that Mr. Lawson and his team came up with. But last Thursday, which would have been his 82nd birthday, I woke up early for work as normal. And I've known about him for quite a while. But I didn't realize it would have been his birthday, and I'm up at 3:40 in the morning brushing my teeth, and I come downstairs and I pack my lunch and I'm making my coffee for the long drive to work. So I go on Google, I'm on my phone waiting for the coffee to get done, and there was the Google Doodle, and it was a little cartoon of Gerald Lawson. So I'm like, whoa, I recognized him right away. Everybody knows the picture of him that's most famous, sitting there, you know, by his computer. But the cartoon kind of looked like that, and it looked like a little cartoon Fairchild with him. So I had to click on the Doodle And it was really cool because there was a little game that you could play as him. They had other games on there that you could edit the games that they already had, like a breakout type of thing, but you could put little monsters and stuff or whatever you wanted to do there. Different games like that. And then there was also a thing on there where you could, you know, make your own game with the assets that they have, you know. So that was really neat. I thought that was really cool. And so I immediately shared it to a lot of my Facebook groups at like 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, you know. And but I thought that was neat. And I recorded some of it. I'll show it here so that you can see what it looked like. It was really neat. So I thought, yeah, I've had my Fairchild for about 4 years, 5 years now. And I only own 3 game cartridges for it. So I thought I should do a video on it. And Mr. Lawson, you know, because he is the father of the interchangeable cart and the microprocessor built inside. So really cool system. I love having this thing. I'm glad I got it. Now when I did buy it, the power supply was destroyed, decimated, shattered. So I got it for a really cheap price. And luckily, somebody else on eBay was parting out a system piece by piece, and I was able to buy the new one. So I just opened it up and hardwired her in there. That's a pretty big brick, as you can see. I wired it in there, and I was able to get it running, thank goodness, and playing the game. So it's not something that I keep hooked up. Most of my other old systems I have hooked up all of the time, 24/7, ready to go, power them on and ready to go. This one isn't one. I really don't want to destroy this thing, so let's keep it away from electrical surges and stuff. Now I do also have the box that this one came in, nice funky retro box, but mine wasn't in great shape when I got it. I don't have it out here with me now. It wasn't in the best shape when I got it, and it's unfortunately a little bit worse now because something was set on top of it, so it looks even worse. But let's get to a little bit of a gameplay that I can show you on it, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll talk about it. But first, here is the video of the Google Doodle that was out last week of Jerry. Okay, so actually the sound for the Fairchild comes out of the system itself, not the TV. And it's pretty low. So I have my microphone sitting exactly on top of it, although it's not very exciting sounds. It's your typical Pong type sounds. I'm going to be playing Video Cartridge, Video Cart 17, which, you know, they call Pinball Whiz. There are different variations, but it's all pretty much breakout, right? So Video Cart 17, put this in here. And then we're asked to choose a game. And by doing that, you turn the top of the joystick left or right. And then to play, you just push down on the plunger to serve the ball and move the plunger left or right. So actually, I think I need to hit reset here real quick because I think I picked the wrong game mode. And you can make the paddle bigger or smaller. You can play with buddies. And spend a lot of time. I only have 3 cartridges. Probably said that already. So, but this is it. Like I said, you can change it up. And it tells you right on the cartridge how to choose the different game variations. But to do that, you need to pull it back out of the system and take a look at the front label and see what to do if you don't have any instructions or anything. I don't have any original boxes or anything, so I'm assuming they had some instruction manuals with them. But the controls nice and smooth. These joysticks are still working great. 46 years later. Crazy. I know they work great for baseball because I had played that with my daughter on here back when I got this thing, like 4 years ago or so. So that's that. I can hit reset here and see what else there is. Look, it's just playing itself now. Okay, it lost now. Can turn it for different. Game 2, game 3, pull up. Oh, that's the second player's turn. I messed up there. Well, that's not something I'm playing here, so like I said, not many differences, really. Just different variations. A lot of Atari games did the same. Green and blue, maybe. So pretty neat. Nothing to write home about these days. But hey, entertainment. Alright. What is this? Video Cart 12 baseball. I don't have 2 players home with me right now, but this is baseball. There's my outfielders. And see, you can curve the ball. You push down on the little plunger and then just turn it the way that you want to give it a little curve. Walk that man. Well, if I grab the other controller, I might be able to bat at the same time here. Might be asking too much. Yay! I missed it. This ain't real easy playing two-handed. Out. A lot of hand-eye coordination to play one person. But to start each inning, you both have to push down on the plunger. Okay. There's Nacho getting pissed. Okay, so not the excitement you were looking for, but hey, interchangeable cards, come on. And there's a lot of other games out there that I do not have. Like I said, I think they're a little bit pricier now for these games. I haven't really priced them in probably a couple years. I know there was a multi-card out there. I know somebody made a newer Pac-Man. So to start the next inning, both players have to push down to say that they're ready. At the same time. Bet you get the idea. I'm not sure if poker will fire up or not, so let's find out. The on-off switch is on the back of the system, and it's really tight. So yeah, that was cart 12. We did cart 17. Here's cart 3, and then we'll have to wrap this up because I got to pick up my son from work. So, poker. see if it's doing anything. Doesn't seem like me poker is doing anything. Yeah. My poker doesn't seem to be doing anything. Nacho's pissed. He's pissed that this game isn't working right now. Okay, my video poker doesn't seem to have to... I mean, it looks like it's brand new on the inside. This probably hardly ever played, but it's not firing up right now. I'll turn off the system. Nacho! No biting. Might need to clean that baby up. All right, take it out. Take it out. And that's just it with nothing in the system at all whatsoever. You got some little built-in games. And of course, your little built-in games are just Pong. So you don't even need a cartridge. This is without your cartridge installed. Exciting, full color action. A lot of ghosting on there. And again, this is the original Fairchild from '76, played on an old CRT. So you'll get some double vision. But there you go. That's what I have. It'd be cool to have the newer Pac-Man. Like I said, I haven't checked most recently, but last time I did, things were really going up. I'm just happy to have this in my collection. Yeah, it says it has tennis and hockey. It says tennis, hockey, game 3, game 4. That's the Fairchild. That's what I have for it anyway. So, alright, I'm going to wrap it up. That's what she said. There you have it. That was me playing the Fairchild Channel F, or VES as it was originally known before Atari came out with the VCS. But yeah, it did end up getting beat out by the Atari and the Atari VCS 2600. Actually, at some point, I think it was 1980, Mr. Lawson, Jerry Lawson, moved on, had his own software company, and he did actually make some games for the 2600. So there you go. Yeah, this is something, I'm glad I bought it when I did. I'm glad I found a damaged one that I was able to fix, because things were getting, it was pricey enough back then. If I remember, I'll throw some prices up throughout this video. Just from looking at eBay today, but the games are going for some crazy prices. If you want a complete collection, you're going to spend a ton of money. The systems themselves. Now, you did have some differences between the Fairchild and the Fairchild Channel F2. Now, the F2 was pretty much the same thing, except for you had the sound coming out of the actual system, not through your television, with the Channel F. So that's why I recorded it with my microphone like right on the... Not that you're going to hear a lot from it, but that's the way it was. It's almost like the voice on the Odyssey 2. It just came out of the system itself. It didn't come out of your television. The Channel F2 had it over the RF like your Ataris and everything else that came out, your Intellivisions and Odyssey 2s and ColecoVisions that came through your television. So now you had your beeps and your boops out of your TV speakers. God bless America. So, you know, that's one of the differences. Another difference is, like I said, the eject button was moved to above the cartridge slot instead of below for whatever reason. Another difference is you had detachable controllers on the Channel F2, the 9-pin like everybody was used to because of Atari back then, you know, Commodore, Sega Genesis later on. You could actually detach these controllers then. And that meant that if something broke, which these are prone to do in the wiring, you could buy another one and put it in there. And later on, somebody in one of my Facebook groups actually designed, back in the day, I believe he said they did make these for the Atari 2600. I never saw them for the 2600. I think that's what they made it for. Maybe for the Commodore 64. Well, I'm sure they would both work for each other anyway. At some point they did that, and I think they put a trigger on the front instead of you hitting the button. But that's neither here nor there. Great system. Happy birthday in heaven, Mr. Jerry Lawson. And thank you for giving us the interchangeable cartridge. Not really used so much now, except for Nintendo Switch maybe. But, you know, everything's digital now, or it's on a disc. Even that's pretty much outdated. Everything's digital or streaming now. But thanks to him, all these other systems had a chance to do that. You had your programs. You bought a system that didn't have 1 or 2 games or a zillion variations on Pong. Now you had different things that you could do with it, you know, which eventually led to platformers and adventure games and text-based, whatever. You had a variety you could play on this one console. Now isn't that sweet? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, my video cartridge 3, as we saw there, was not working. This is one of the cheaper ones I've found on eBay now, and by cheaper I mean it's still $20 to $25. So if I cannot get this one working, maybe I would do that. Some of those prices are just really outlandish, and that's because everything old is gold these days, as the saying goes. We all know that. Everything old is gold. Somebody finds this laying there with a turd on it and rat piss on it in their basement. Well, that's going to be worth $1 zillion because that's old. And it's a video game system. Somebody's going to pay that. So prices on everything went up, and they just seem to keep going up. I could be wrong. Haven't paid much attention. I know it's pricier now than when I got it, or I probably wouldn't even have these 3. Now, multi-cart. Yes. Yes, Virginia, there is a multi-cart. And when I did some more research now, I remember seeing it a few years back. It looks like it originally came out, the person that made it was in Sweden in 2009. And they put every single official release on one cartridge. Hallelujah. That's an awesome idea. That is great. They also put the 2 demo carts on there. Rare stuff. They put on there other demos that people have made, and they put some homebrews on there. And there was a Pac-Man homebrew that actually had cutscenes and this and that and everything else, which I believe Willie from Arcade USA, I watched his video, I think, on that a few years back. So it looks like you may still be able to order it from him. When I checked, I can't remember if it was Reddit or Atari Age, the person that was selling them from Sweden. But it looks like it's on a hold, probably like everything else is electronic these days for chips or whatever. So it looks like they're saying wait until 2023. Maybe they'll have some available. Which, that's still pretty amazing. If this guy has been making them since 2009 in his free time up to now, that's pretty crazy. And the price on that's going to be about $170 now. That's probably before shipping. I think that it is. But is it worth it? Well, if you want the whole darn collection, at least up to that point that he put on there, I don't know if there's any new homebrews after the fact, but if you want that, it's definitely worth it more than paying. Some of these games are friggin' people are asking $900 for them and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Probably more if you look deeper into it. So, yeah, a multi-cart would be a great idea for one of these. Will I do it? Maybe. It always depends on the time factor and what's going on with money. Do I play it enough to do that? No. I played baseball on here with my kids a few times a few years back. We did have a great time with it. If I had more games, yeah, I would spend a little more time with it. But at the same time, I would say $170 would be worth it, yeah. See, I'm thinking right here while I'm talking. But yeah, it would be worth it, I think, to have the whole collection and then some. So then you had it forever. So then you wouldn't have to worry unless something failed and then you need to go back in and fix the thing. But I won't say so much as a novelty, but a collector's item for me. It's great to have something that was made by Mr. Lawson. Created this cartridge-based system with microprocessor inside. It's great to have it in my collection, that it can always be there, or at least until I'm not around and the family sells it for like 50 cents because they don't know. And even if I explain to them this right now, they won't remember then. They will not remember then. It'll go into the garbage, which hopefully my son knows. Don't do that, son. Don't do that. At least sell it. Try to get something. Check price charting or eBay sales and maybe just take a few dollars off of it. Get something for yourself, please. This is for future reference. But the Fairchild Channel F, it is fun. These joysticks, like I said, I love them. I think they're friggin' great. So what do you think? Do you have one? And happy birthday a week ago, Jerry Lawson. And yeah, that Google Doodle was really something pretty neat. It surprised me when I saw it. And like I said, immediately I knew when I saw the cartoon face because of the famous picture that everybody, and myself included, have posted of him. Everybody knows that picture of him. So thank you for watching another great Mr. Poestyle video. I appreciate it. And hopefully we will see you on the next one. Fairchild Channel F. Peace out, word to your mother.
That's it. Laugh it up, gang. This is what they were laughing at 30 years ago. Let me show you a great way to have fun today. Fairchild's Channel F video system 2. There are 24 cartridges with over 1,000 game variations. You take it from a guy who's been in television since it was, radio. Get a Channel F video system. Believe me, you'll have a a ball.
Available at Dart Drug.
F, the one with all the fun. The Fairchild Video Entertainment System at your larger JCPenney. The home entertainment system that never gets old. Plug in a new video cart and change the fun. Play tic-tac-toe, shooting gallery, or just doodle. Switch video carts and play Desert Fox. Switch again, it's blackjack. Or play the 2 built-in games, Pro Hockey or Tennis Champ. Channel F for fun. The Fairchild Video Entertainment System. Just $169.95. Video cart cartridges, $19.95 each. At your larger JCPenney.
Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh, no biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.